Hello and welcome to this week's Top 25 LOL Esports Power Rankings, where I cover my top 25 teams in LOL Esports. Who would have thought, based off the title and based off of my introduction, that's what I was doing today. So this video came out at an odd hour. Hopefully hit the notification bell. On the board, if you're new here, you'll see a top 25. That is representative of the Discord. This week we had 11 participants. All of them picked JDG as their first team. And we will, go over that as we go over my top 25. If you'd like to participate, join the Discord. It's free. You just go on there. There's a thread, and you post your top 25. And you can alter it as the week goes on, and I close it on the day that I upload the video because I, do the math and everything to figure out who goes where. Of the 11 participants, 4 represent the LCK. Now, keep in mind, when you join my Discord, if you go to the Rules and Roles channel, you can identify with which region or regions you support to change your username color. And it also helps with this. So 4 of the 11 are LCK fans, 3 and 2/3 LEC, 2 and 2/3, so 3 and 2/3 LEC, 2 and 3/3 LPL, 1/3 LCS, 1/3 minor regions. So that's the deal there. Yeah. The teams that received votes that did not make the top 25 in the Discord, ranked from most points to least: FPX, PSG, BDS, Anyone's Legend, DFM, Rare Atom, IG, Bro, and Ultra Prime. Jeez. Excuse me. I don't edit out content, but I think that's my first sneeze on a video in over a year of doing this, 15 months. So let's go over my top 25 here. Keep in mind, not everybody's going to be the same. That is what it is. 25th, Beyond Gaming. They're new to the top 25. Oh, I should probably do this. 3 teams that are in: Mad Lions, Ninja Pajama. Sorry, 3 teams out: Mad Lions, NIP, DFM. 3 teams in: XL, PSG, Beyond Gaming. I shouldn't have said PSG, XL, and that means spoiler than the top 25. Beyond Gaming started 3-0. Smoked, Dewish Team, West Point Esports, and Hell Pigs. All 3 of those teams are very, very bad in the PCS, but it was a very dominant showing. Algorithm says that they're pretty decent, so they're here. I don't expect them to be here next week, but PCS has started, and they are a competitive region more often than not, so they're on here. 24th, XL, 5-4. Beat Astralis, beat Vitality, lost to G2. You don't want to lose to G2, but you did. They've really come up in the last 2 weeks. Last week I considered putting them in the top 25 and didn't. This week they put together another good week. You have to put them there. Abadage has played very well. Peach is meh, but Abadage is doing good. Otawamne is doing his job. And Patrick has been Patrick, which has always been a carry for XL for many splits now. Win or loss, and right now he's getting them over the hump and at least into the second round of the LEC summer. So with that in mind, he's 24th. They're 5-4. Not a world beater, but they are where they are, right? 23rd, PSG Talon. 3-0. They have Maple instead of Uniboy, who they had in MSI, so we do assume they are better with Maple in the lineup. Against Team Wii, they did struggle, but at the same time, PSG have shown in the past to be competitive at international events with Maple in the lineup specifically. 3-0. Beat Frank Esports, which is generally the team that actually is towards the top of the PCS standings in the regular season. Very good at best of ones. Deep Cross Gaming and J-Team. So beat 3 teams that are all better than the 3 teams Beyond Gaming faced. DFM also doing very good. But in terms of algorithm, they are ranked behind these 2, and I did have 23 teams that I felt like needed to be on here from the 4 major regions, so that's kind of how it turned out. 22nd. Golden Guardians up 2 spots. 6-3. Beat 100 Thieves, beat Team Liquid, lost to NRG. You don't want to lose to NRG, but Team Liquid is a team that's solid. They're in the top 25. Why are Golden Guardians below them? Well, I'm holding out hope for Liquid to figure it out, I guess. I think that they're playing better, had a bad week. Golden Guardians very limited with however far River and Gory can take them. I think that there are many areas in the top 25 that can be moved around, which is why we do a Discord top 25, so we can get everybody's opinions and figure out what the group thinks, because groupthink is always a good thing compared to just what individuals believe. KDF 21st, up 1 spot. KDF beat Sandbox, lost to KT. 2-0 lost to KT. Team over here versus a team here. That is what it is, right? I always say it. I don't, if I don't expect a team to beat a team, I'm not going to punish them when they lose to them, because it's the expectation. It's the manner in which you lose. I mean, they beat Sandbox pretty badly. So they move up 1 spot. In the end, though, I am not a massive Taeyoon or June fan, or really, I think Young Jay is very meh. So it's really Doo-Doo and Bulldog. And at that point, without a good bot lane, I struggle to figure out where to put them, because I really am not a big Taeyoon fan. I don't think he's that good at all. 20th, Team Liquid up 1 spot. They're 5-4. This also has a lot to do with the fact that they beat Cloud9. Cloud9, obviously the best team in the LCS, I would argue. Lost to FlyQuest, lost to Golden Guardians. I think there is a case to be made that FlyQuest could have ended up in the top 25. Recovering this past week, going 3-0, maybe finally figuring things out. We'll see next week if they crack the top 25 with another solid performance in the second round robin, beating teams that beat them before. As far as Golden Guardians' loss, I think you could argue that it could be swapped. I'm sure I'm doing some mental gymnastics, but at the same time, I feel better about Liquid than Golden Guardians as of the moment if they played a best of 5. 19th, Team Heretics. So they don't move at all, which is weird because I feel like they should have been 21st. I wonder if my top 25 is screwed up on my file for this plus and minus stuff, because I think I was writing Heretics down as 21st, wasn't I? Maybe not. Regardless, 5-4, beat Mad Lions, which is a solid win. Actually beat them handily, if I recall. Fnatic and G2 losses. You don't like that, because at the same time, I may not expect Heretics to beat them, but I expect them to be competitive. Today against G2, they were. Against Fnatic, it wasn't as close, but they're doing pretty well, actually, given the circumstances. I think Vathio and Flacket have been fantastic, as expected. They both deserve to be in the LEC. So 19th for Heretics. Definitely deserving of that. 18th, EG. Still not moving up. Shoot, my marker is dying at the worst time. I don't want them to die during this video. 7-2. Beat TSM. Immortals, lost to C9. Okay, so they're not at C9's level. In a best of 1 at least, but clearly better than TSM Immortals. JoJo's looked very good. Armeo's been solid. But this past week was all about revenge, which is not something I think you can rely on. Nevertheless, it is an aspect of it's a look, right? The revenge carry look is something that we didn't expect out of EG, and maybe that's something they can rely on in the playoffs as a possible threat. 17th, Team We, dropping 4 spots. Honestly, I struggled not dropping them farther. I think this team is toast. Personally, I think Team We are toast. In 17th, they lost to LNG, EDG, LGD. They play Weibo tomorrow morning, and I don't expect good things out of that one either. They didn't play for a week because they did the Road to Asia games, which is where they beat PSG Talon. However, now they have a schedule that's really just all on top of each other, and I just think they're falling apart here. A lot of losses in a row that could break a team's mental. Losing to LNG is okay. EDG is a team around them. You expect them to be competitive against EDG. LGD loss is ugly and unacceptable. You cannot lose to LGD as Team We like they did this morning. That is not okay. I struggle not dropping them out of the top 25, to be honest with you, but I still think Shanks and Hope, and I mean Shanks and Hope are better than JoJo and Unforgiven, Flackett and Vethio, Harry Eon. I mean, the list goes on. I think that those two players are better than everybody below them here. So it's hard to drop them any farther. But if they get blown out by Weibo, it is going to be a tough sell. The Discord, 17th through 25th, was C9, Mad Lions, Ninja and Pajamas, EG, EDG, Live Sandbox, Heretics, Liquid, and Evil Geniuses. 16th for me, Fnatic. Moving up one spot, they're 7-2. Beat BDS, beat Heretics, lost SK. SK loss I thought would happen. I didn't like their game yesterday, or at least maybe for you the day before, and then going in SK, I thought SK would have beat them. And it happened. Fnatic, very good though. The Xerath look is a good one. I think that puts something into people's minds going in groups that Humanoid actually can pilot the champion pretty well. That's a real threat. Continue giving Noah Aphelios, and you're going to continue to get punished. I don't know why the hell he keeps getting Aphelios. It makes no sense to me why that continues to happen. Noah, Fnatic before Noah and Fnatic with Noah are two very different teams in how good they are. So my suggestion would be to ban Aphelios. Ban out Noah and just see what Fnatic do. Personally, that's what I would do. But teams aren't doing it. Fnatic are 16th. They're 7-2. And, they're probably going to have to win summer to have any chance at Worlds. But they are doing some work. 15th, dropping one spot, RNG. I debated on dropping them more, but their players are just too good on paper right now. And they're still, grading out positively. All the teams on here grade out positively, which also gets them on this consideration list. Beat Thunder Talk, lost to Anyone's Legend. Anyone's Legend loss is unacceptable. Thunder Talk win, meh, good for you. Today they play NIP. NIP are in those next couple teams for me. Like I said, they just dropped out of the top 25. So I think it's going to be very competitive, RNG in NIP. Records close. But at the same time, I think Breathe needs to do a bit more. I think that, that's pretty much it. Breathe, Tangwan has shown some glimpses over the last couple weeks of better performance and improving, but I just think Breathe has not been that top laner that we saw last year that everyone was like, oh, this guy is really good. He could be competitive with Bin, who he replaced. No, that's not close. That's not close right now, I'll tell you that much. 14th, HLE, dropping 7 spots. They are the anchor this week. So this has to do with their team losing Kled because of the issues that he has off the Rift right now, and they have Grizzly, a young 17-year-old jungler. And I said this about Douglas this past weekend. Difference is Douglas was, in my opinion, LEC level. Grizzly probably could be in the future, but probably not right now in the LCK, and he has to play. And I think that he has shown some nice things, but also some inexperience. Obviously, going against Canyon and Peanut in your first 2 series in the LCK is a tall order. I would say it is. I would argue that they would have lost to D+ and Genji with Klid in the lineup. However, He wasn't. Grizzly was in there. And with Grizzly in there, I think that, they lack a little bit, and it's going to take a little while probably for Grizzly to get on the same page with Zeka, Kingen, and Viper, as well as Life. Very important that the support and the jungler are on the same page. Top LCS team, 13th, C9, moving up 2 spots. Yeah, they went 2-1. Beat Immortals, BDG lost to TL. Really, this is just me picking them over Team Wii and HLE right now. Team Wii, like I said, the wagon has fallen off. They're done, and HLE without Grizzly, I probably prefer C9, which is some people wouldn't like, but at the same time, I think that 1 seed of LCS versus 5th seed of Korea has never happened in the history of international competition like that. So let's just hypothesize that as a possibility here. 12th, EDG, moving up 4 spots. I think they're getting better. I think that Fofo showed a glimpse of some carry with, this past week. Do I think that's should be relied on? No. Fofo carry should not be relied upon. It was against Ultra Prime and Team Wii. 2 teams that were good to start the year. Not good anymore. But at the same time, I think Uzi is looking fantastic alongside Mako. They just continue to get more chemistry. And EDG are going to be a threat. They really are, because Ale is no joke in top lane. And EDG have the pieces outside of mid lane to go on a run. 11th, G2, moving up 1 spot. They're 8-1, went 3-0 this past week. XL, Koi, Heretics. So XL, Heretics, both in the top 25, both with winning records. And Koi is no slouch. You have to play your best against Koi to beat them. And G2 performed. They have been playing a lot slower lately. We're not seeing crazy games out of them. More so macro winning games they probably have created into a coin flip situation, which you wouldn't prefer. I don't know why I did that in the color black. This is second week in a row I have G2 represented by the wrong region on here. But regardless, obviously Best Western team have been scrimming on stage since, domestically for the last few months. But in terms of recently, all split long since MSI. G2 has been scrimming, and they are good doing so. And that's kind of it for that. 10th, OMG, down 2 spots. They're 7-3. So OMG are a team that people love, similar to Weibo, because they're unpredictable. They're chaotic. I can see and agree with that sentiment that people would like them because I think they're entertaining. But the entertainment factor is not because they're going to beat everybody, but there's a chance they'll lose. In my opinion. Beat FPX, lost to LNG 2-0. Got blown out by LNG. Shanji, what the hell was he doing? He should be doing better. Cream. And that's what you get out of OMG sometimes. Sometimes they don't show up at all. And some of their players are very limited. Cream, for example. So, 10th. Are they Worlds contender? No. Usually this first column is Worlds contender or, situation. I would say that right now, the Worlds contending teams has dwindled. It's dwindled quite a bit from the 8 to less than that, but, we're figuring out what everyone's made of now. D+, up 2 spots in 9th. The Discord had D+ 9th, Weibo 10th, G2 11th, HLE 12th, RNG 13th, Team World Elite 14th, Fnatic 15th, and the Kwangdong Freaks 16th. D+, 4-4, beat HLE, lost to T1. I had thought they could beat T1, they did not, but I think that kind of shows where I have D+ in my mind. I still think they're a very good team. Canyon and Showmaker are still one of the best mid-jungle duos in the world. Kana, a bit limited. Deft and Kellen, not able to do as much as they did in spring, but I still think D+, Kia, can be very, very good and can take games off of anybody. I think that that's fair to say. Is it a 50-50 chance that they will? No, but I think that they have the ability to do so, which does matter. They have a lot of good players. Speaking of good players, Weibo are 8th. Moving up 2 spots. Played 1 series, beat Ninja in Pajamas. That's it. So I think the Shy was really good in that one, if I recall. I think he might have led them in damage. So it's good that the Shy shows up finally and doesn't end his face off against a team like Nip. It makes sense they beat Nip after losing to FPX a week before. That's another thing that we must know about Weibo. When they play Team Wii today, and I expect Team Wii to lose to Weibo. Who knows? Weibo may just lose because they are Weibo. Good players, and I don't know. Weiwei gives, like, Fofo for EDG, Weiwei for Weibo. Just make me, like, I look at them and I'm like, I don't see you as a player that can, like, go to Worlds and be like, you know, the guy that can get them there. So that's a tough thing when I think of Weibo. Top Esports are 7th. Sorry for bumping the mic there. Dropping 1 spot. Not their fault. It's not their fault. They beat IG, beat Rare Atom. IG was a tougher series than it should have been, and Rare Atom probably so as well. It is what it is. I still think they're very good. Rookie, Jackie Love, TN. Wayward has really struggled lately, which I do think is an issue. He has really not been as impactful as I would like. And I think that that is a glaring problem when they go against a team like Weibo, OMG, EDG, RNG. Those 4 teams actually all have top laners that I think are better than Wayward. So if Wayward is not showing up, Top Esports could lose to any of those 4 teams at any given time, in my personal opinion. 6th, LNG. Moving up 3 spots because I don't know what it is. Scout and Tarzan just are those guys right now for me still. I don't know if I'm still on the hopium from spring with them. Beat Team Wii and smoked OMG 2-0. So the beating down of OMG is important to me. I think that was very lopsided. And, they always have a potential, I think, to be one of those Worlds contending teams with Tarzan and Scout. And if Gala can really put it together with Hung, that team, like we've said it all year long since they got, well, all split long since they got Gala, that team has the capability of winning the split. I think you could say that about JDG, LNG, and probably Weibo. Well, yeah, Weibo beat JDG, right? So LNG and Weibo are the 2 teams that could challenge JDG. BLG have lost some time and time again, and BLG are going to beat JDG eventually. Hell, it could be for the finals, but I am going to look at that and say to myself, there's no way JDG was going to I don't know, even saying this would make me think that, oh, well, why are you predicting? Eventually, BLG are going to beat JDG. And you're going to say to yourself, oh, BLG are better than JDG. And I'm going to say, how many times has JDG beaten BLG in the last year? There's no way I'm going to just on this one random day swap them because of one result. So, it is what it is. Like I've said before, I'll say it again. The team that wins Worlds is not always the best team. The team that wins the split is not always the best team. It's the team that performed best on that patch, were able to adapt best on that patch. The meta fit them the best. Meta shifting every 2 weeks, guys. So this game is what it is. That's why DRX are they the best team in the world in 2022? I'd argue no. I would probably say T1. But DRX get the trophy. They got the skins. 5th, T1. Speaking of them. And then KT and Genji. All 3 of these teams did their job. That's why I just did that. Gen beat Bro, beat HLE. KT beat the Freaks in Nongshim. T1 beat D Plus in Nongshim. Nongshim stinks. Good for them. T1 beating D Plus, nice. They still have not figured out how to play like KT, so they're going to be below KT. Unless somehow they beat KT, then we'll revisit that. Until then, until they figure out that Faker cannot be on a carry. Somebody in my comments said Faker has an arm injury. If that's true, then he needs to sit out for the rest of the split. Heal. I'm not going to buy that excuse for the next 4 weeks. Sorry, that's not going to happen. Sit out. You already have championship points from spring. You have enough wins that you can probably get into the playoffs, even with, I don't know who they go and find to put mid lane for a couple weeks. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not buying that excuse. I'm not gonna buy it. And if he's injured and he's having arm injuries, wrist injuries at his age, it may be time. It may be time. So, people are going to ask, why did you put BLG above Genji? And we had this argument in the Discord, and I'm going to revisit it here. And they know my reason for why it was the way it was. JDG first, even though that's a poorly written J. Beat LGD FPX, nice. Bin showed up. That's important. Bin is stringing together a couple good series in a row. Bin is the difference to me. I've said it all the time. I think Bin's the best top laner in the world. On carries, 369 has been better lately because he can play everything, but now Bin has shown an ability to play some tanks, so, you know, that's a toss-up again. Nevertheless, I think that Bin can offer that carry threat if he played against Genji in a best of 5 right now and consistently get into Doran's face. I still would like Chovy over Yagao. Peanut and Shun are oil and water when it comes to comparisons. A lot of people are riding Shun right now. I am still not on that train at all. Bot lane, Elk, Pays is very interesting. On and Delight, very interesting as well. Very young bot lanes. Very inexperienced bot lanes at an international level. Obviously, both went to MSI, and that's it. So, Worlds will be fun. JDG first, beat Ultra Prime. They're still first. JDG are an all-star team. We all know they're first. It wouldn't shock me if they lost Worlds because nothing shocks me. I'm not one of those people that you're going to see make a thumbnail of me like with my mouth wide open like, oh my God, what is going on? Because I'm not somebody that's going to like fake exaggerate my emotions or whatever. JDG are very good. They have a top 2 player in each role in the world. Missing, top 2 is probably pushing it. Top 5. So, I think we can all agree JDG are first. So, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube supporter. And I hope to see you again tomorrow.